community, and that we all contributed to this. This is Boston G.B.R. on YouTube. Today is March 19th, 2013. I'm standing in front of Georgia Military College, and I want to ask you a question. Where is Georgia Military College located here in Valdosta in Lowndes County? Of course, it's right here. This is a city wherein people come to get an education. They come to the school systems, they come to Georgia Military College, they come to Valdosta State University to receive an education. But did you not know that you can have citizens here that stand before city, county, and the school boards of education concerning the education of our children? And it's not published nor televised to the people in the general public. Do you consider that strange? Why would you want to send your children into a community, a metro city, wherein the news never filters down from public meetings to the general public? If people want to send their children to the schools to get an education, how would they know about what's happening in this community if it is never published in the Valdosta Daily Times, USA Today, or on television in this metropolitan metropolis? A few weeks ago, we had issues brought before our elected officials here in the city of Valdosta, Georgia, on 3 separate occasions, excluding or including the Valdosta City Council meeting. And yet, the general public knows absolutely nothing about it. It is as if though a tree fell in the forest, and then they tell us that the forest does not exist when we had 67 people standing around and know that there was a tree that fell in the forest that they tell us did not exist. And so we're going to continue to let you know what's going on. Sunday night, the United States Department of Justice was here in Valdosta. I repeat, a representative from the United States Department of Justice was here, but we don't know nothing about it. Much like the educational process in the school system. Look at these school buses. Look at these school buses. Look, they come to this school, they are transporting our children to receive an education. Yet, Minister Floyd Rose stood up and talked about what's going on in our school system. But you don't know nothing about it, because we are living in a metro city wherein the news apparently is controlled, suppressed, and abated. That means that the general public does not know what's going on in our school system or at public meetings. At the county commissioners meeting, the general public are restricted to a pyramid-shaped area to apparently to keep us all ignorant. The South Georgia Regional Library stripped off an 8-foot long by 4-foot wide oblong square for all news media, I guess, to record in. It is becoming more and more apparent that they do not want to hear from the citizens in Valdosta and Lowndes County and here in South Georgia. And we are going to continue to keep this in your face because I am a retired military veteran. And I believe I was committed to ensuring that foreigners had a right to vote, had a right of freedom of speech, freedom of the press, and a right to worship. And so here in Valdosta, can you imagine these things? Reverend Floyd Rose, the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference last week, was almost arrested, and that on May the 5th, 2005, 20 citizens were arrested and taken to the Lowndes County Jail for simply trying to stand up and exercise their First Amendment right. And so we're going to continue because we believe that there is something wrong in Valdosta. The school system remains, as far as I know, under nearly a 40 or 50-year court order, and the Department of Justice have not come in with any teeth to put teeth into a system wherein they discover that there was a disparity when it comes to hiring black educators in the Valdosta City school system. And yet, when Minister Rose, Lee Touchton, John Robertson, and myself stood up at public meetings, the Valdosta Daily Times and the TV station don't call us in to interview us, to ask questions about what's going on. But you hear it on YouTube, and we're going to continue to put it on YouTube because I don't believe that any of our sons and daughters should go to fight in foreign wars to protect the rights of foreigners to have free speech and freedom of the press and freedom of religion while ours are being suppressed, controlled, and abated. As the old 1860 Valdosta City Charter said, that the Main Council shall pass all proper and necessary laws and ordinances for the control and suppression of slaves and free persons of color, and to suppress and abate all nuisances arriving from hogs, dogs, horses, and other stray animals straying at large in Valdosta. That disgraceful charter was reluctantly removed from the wall at City Hall leading into Judge Edwards' municipal courtroom in 2004 because I asked that it be removed because it was discriminatory and it was just downright disgraceful. And so they removed it to locations never published to the general public. My name is George Boston Rhymes. This is Boston G.B.R. on YouTube, and we're going to continue to let you know what others apparently don't want you to know for the purpose of mind control. But if our sons and daughters can go fight on foreign nations' battlefields and die, why should we not, here in the metro city of Valdosta, Georgia, not have our news presented to the general public? And why has it been going on for nearly 2 to 3 decades without any change in sight? We the people must have a voice. We the people should not be restricted to a 4 feet wide by 8 feet long oblong square in the South Georgia Regional Library. And the Georgia Attorney General should not ignore what is going on here. Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp should not allow the news not to be published or for an investigation when he sent a representative from Macon down to Brooks County, and yet we know nothing about the investigation concerning alleged voting irregularities. And it is as if though a tree fell in the forest and then they tell us that the tree didn't fall. We know that we was at that meeting concerning voters' rights in Brooks County, and that there was accusation brought up about what was happening at the Brooks County Board of Elections meeting on 17th of October 2012, and it too has been likened unto a tree that fell in the forest. Brian P. Kemp sent a representative down there, but nothing has been published to the general public about what took place at that meeting. So what must we do? Should we stop our sons and daughters from playing with the Wildcats here in Valdosta? Should we boycott the football games? Should we not just stand up for our sons and daughters who would volunteer to go fight these wars for foreigners, yet the same rights that we fight for in foreign nations are denied us here in the United States of America? Or should we just back up and back up and back up and keep playing the same fool and tool for others in times like these? Should we not question the fact that Georgia is an at-will to work state, thanks to our Georgia legislators? I do say our Georgia legislators, which means you can be fired from your job for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all. And they are not even required to tell you why you are terminated from your job. I was terminated from Walmart store number 2615 here in Valdosta, Georgia on 20 March 2008, and I have not received a courteous reply concerning my wrongful termination. Yet I have presented them with facts after facts after facts. I have done 400 videos. I have sent them 70 letters plus, and yet they have not even responded to me with one courteous reply in writing. And it is indeed a disgrace. But then again, I'm not the only one in this place. There are many other people in Georgia and here in South Georgia that are wrongfully terminated. Some people are not even employed. Just listen to Floyd Rose and what he talked about at public meetings, and what Lee Turchin talked about at public meetings, and what Minister Robertson spoke at public meetings, and what I spoke about at public meetings, and others who are concerned about bringing Valdosta up into the 21st century, because right now she is about 30 to 40 years behind time, we are told. Once again, I'm George Boston Rhymes, keeping you informed because this is what we do. Until next time, bye-bye, we're gone. Power to the people and pass it on, and don't wait so long to get it on. This is George Boston Rhymes, YouTube Boston G.B.R. Peace be unto you. Bye-bye, we go.